Hello everyone. Here we are in Central Park. It's been a while since I actually did one of these on camera. It's been so much a while that the last time we did a walk in here, I believe, on camera was during COVID. So yeah, we are in Central Park today. Picking up off of our 6th Avenue walk, took a little bit of a break. Went into the Dutch Bank Center. Relaxed for a little while. And then we're back out here in the park. I don't have a specific route that I'm going to walk. What I'm going to do is we're going to cap this at 45 minutes. So that is going to be the time of the walk. Where I decide to walk, we're just going to walk, and we'll end up, going wherever. Let's look at some horses. These are some of the many horses inside Central Park that carriage people around. Weather is still nice out since our last walk. It's up to 80, I think it's like 80, same temperature, 82.
No, that makes sense.
It's costing a little more. Okay, a lot more. Go on that foot.
So Central Park is one of the oldest parks in New York City. And you get lost in this park. And if you got some time to spare, all day, I guarantee you still won't cover every inch of this park. It's a pretty big park. I will talk about crime for a second because it is a topic. Crime has ticked up in the park. Is the park dangerous? No. If I had to give it on a scale of like 1 to 10, I'd say I would actually put it at a 4. Depending on what part of the park you're in and depending on what time of the time, that could go from a 4 all the way up to a 8, 9, or even a 10. So, it really depends on where you are, what time, who you're with. But there's definitely been an uptick in crimes, for sure, in this park. We'll cross over. The other thing you gotta watch out for is these bikes. Well, not these bikes. These people look behaved. But you got some of the racers in here that have been known to hit people and even kill people in this park. And then, of course, there's the, views on the horse carriages. There is definitely I don't know if it's a split view, but there's definitely a back and forth on whether or not it's right, if it's humane. I'm not here to debate that. I'm just here to let you know that there are conversations about it. Now, I'm not going to pick, like I said, I'm not going to pick a specific route to walk or go look for landmarks in the park or stuff like that. We'll cap it at 45 minutes, and if we pass something interesting, we'll stop and look at it. One thing I found, if you try to stick to a route in Central Park, it quickly falls apart because you end up getting into a situation where you're like, oh, let's go here instead. Oh no, let's look at that, you know, so that's why we're gonna just walk around. So yeah, I think the last time I was in here on camera was during COVID, on my birthday, March 18, 2020. You'd have to go all the way back for that one. It's in there somewhere. You can find it on my channel. It was with the GoPro. Some bikers. Look at all these bikers. I'll tell you, there's a lot more bikers today than there were 10 years ago. I used to rollerblade in here a lot. It's actually a nice rollerblade. If you're into speed skating, I do speed skating. If you're into speed skating, there's a nice loop to go around the park. Let me give you guys a little tidbit. A lot of people don't know this. Let me see if I can find one. Maybe I should have, let's see on this side right here. But if you're ever in the park and you don't know where you are in the park, perfect. Oh, see, this is scratched off. Let me go to the next one. Let's go back. I want to show you guys something. This is something that'll help you out. If you're ever in the park and you don't know where you are as far as streets, every one of these light poles on the main roads will tell you pretty much the approximate location of what you're adjacent to. So right now we are adjacent to West 65th Street. Okay, so these are on all the poles. All right. So when you're walking around in the park, on the main roads, on these main light poles, it'll tell you, you know, whether you're adjacent to West 65th, East 65th. On the other side, obviously, would be the east side of the park. We're on the west side of the park right now. But you'd be surprised how many people don't know that. All right, we'll take the path. We'll see where this leads us. Maybe we'll end up at the arcade. By the way, the arcade's not like an actual arcade where there's arcade games. It's what they call this area in the park. So, I remember once I was with a girl. I was taking a girl out on a date. This is real, like a long time ago. I said, let's go over by the arcade. She goes, they got arcade in here? And I was like, no, not that kind of arcade. You know, as you get deeper into the park, you'll get further away from the traffic noise. You know, you'll always hear traffic here. You'll always hear, you know, the roar of the cars and stuff, but it's definitely when you get into Central Park, it gets almost serene. For the exception of people, you know. you get large groups of people that come through here and they're all talking and yelling and laughing and all that stuff. But for the most part, it could get very serene in some parts of the park here. Now, there are roads that run through Central Park. One of them is right off my right here. There is a road down there. A lot of these rocks you see are extremely old. If you touch any of these rocks, you're touching history that's millions of years old. Leftover, I don't want to say the wrong thing, but pretty much the glacial periods are in Earth's history.
It is.
Some of these rocks, for all you know, could be the tops of mountains. You know, maybe one day what I'll do is I'll actually create a route. I got a Parks Department car coming up behind me. Oh, they're going that way. Okay. One of these days I'll maybe create like a route and then we'll do a route through here. A planned route to make sure that we hit all the good spots. Let me center my camera. It seems a little off. There we go. Sorry about that. Sometimes the camera gimbal gets stuck in one spot, so. You got some volleyball courts over here we'll take a look at. And this is all beach sands in here, in case you're wondering. They filled in a whole bunch of beach sands, and so you can have the whole beach volleyball experience in Central Park. And that is why I don't like standing around here, because they expect you to retrieve the ball through them every time the ball goes over the fence. So I'm getting out of here. I don't want to become a ball boy. Let's get out of here quick. I've been in some awkward situations where I've declined to go get a ball for somebody. The one place that comes to mind is the soccer field over at Calvertville Park in Brooklyn. Yo, sometimes they kick that ball over the fence and it goes for like 100 yards. And I'm like, they're asking me to go get the ball for them. I'm not getting no ball. I'm not that nice. I mean, if the ball's right next to me, I'll get it. But if a ball goes careening down a road, I'm not running after it. All right, so we're gonna walk through here. This is the area where I was telling you about earlier. And you'll see everything here, from art vendors to people that play music, saxophone, guitar. I mean, you'll see a whole bunch. You see some street vendors. See all types of stuff down here. It's got a little bit of a little street fair feel. Sounds like someone's playing a Beatles song. I don't know if I'll get hit with a copyright in here, but if I do, I don't care. It's all right.
Verändert sich immer. Okay, let's go. Why not?
I got 3. That was too many. 2 would have been plenty, but I got 3.
We got some chess over here.
I know how you study.
You can hear a saxophone going. Got this stage and clamshell to my right. So I call them clamshells. Now we're gonna go down here so you guys get a look at this. Give you guys a full experience. Oh, it's closed. Look at that. We'll still take a look down there so you guys can look at it. Got bathrooms over here if you need to go. Go now. Looks like they have something set up down here, and that's why it's all closed off. If you're wondering why I'm taking this route down to the lake, is because it is all closed off down there. So we got to go around. So it's a good thing to know Central Park. There's always multiple ways into multiple destinations. We're going to be over here by the fountain for a second. We'll look at the lake. This is a big tourist attraction, as you could imagine. Very beautiful here in the winter time. This is where you come if you want to take pictures in the winter. You come to this area. Let's grab an area that nobody is stuck at. Looks like over there is not a lot of people. Canada geese.
Так, шапку не снимаем. Очки давай не сюда. Будешь ты носить сейчас очки, потому что они у тебя ходят. Я шапку не буду доставать. Потом дам.
We got some turtles. See the turtles? Lots of turtles. And then, of course, the lake itself. A whole bunch of algae coloring this lake. It looks like the turtles got some competition as far as food is going on here. Looks like they got to compete with the Canada geese for food these days. All right, let's move along. I could be in here all day, so I don't know where we're going next. So we're going to cap it at 45 minutes. We're at about 25 minutes, so we got another 20 minutes of walking. We'll see where we end up. Oh, we got some babies, guys. Everyone's calling them ducks.
So pretty, oh my god.
They are not ducks, but I'll let that slide. They look like ducks. We're over here by the boathouse. And we'll walk over the, if we get over to the bridge. You know what? We're gonna break. This is why I like to not have a route. I want to walk through this little tunnel here, so that's what we're gonna do. Now these are, so I was talking about earlier about crime. These are like the type of areas you want to be careful at night. You don't want to be walking through these areas at night. You don't know what could be lurking down here. The acoustics are great down here. You get a lot of saxophone players down here. So I'll just give you a kind of look at the material. It's all wood. Wood and brick. No, we're going to take this way. We're going to take this way, and I'll show you why. So the thing, I have Central Park, like, I've been in this park so many times over my life, I know where everything is. I believe we're kind of close to the Alice in Wonderland sculpture, so we'll take a stop over there too. Yeah, we're gonna walk around this and then we'll go over to Alice in Wonderland. Give you guys a look. If you guys are into photography, this is a great spot to take pictures in the fall, especially early in the morning. You get the nice reflection and the colors of the trees, so there's a little bit of a tip for you. I've taken a lot of pictures of the fall in this area. Interestingly, I'm looking down there where the Alice in Wonderland sculpture is, and there's not a lot of people over there. That's generally a place that is always crowded. Now, watch it be closed. It's not closed. I can see somebody walking up on there. So. If you're wondering why I'm doing very little commentary, this is a type of walk I would normally do where I don't talk. So that way you all you guys and girls get to experience the sounds of the nature and anything else. This is the changing skyline of New York City. You can see those tall, what I like to just call matchsticks, taking over the skyline here at one time, not too long ago, maybe just 10 years ago. I got pictures of this area from like just 10 years ago, and I was all cleared up over there. And so here we go, Alice in Wonderland. I am surprised that there is nobody over here. This is usually a spot where there's just people are fighting to get a shot. So there we go. You can see Alice, Mad Hatter. You can see Cheshire Cat back there on her. That would be on her right shoulder, off her right shoulder up there. Actually, I just changed my mind. We got another archway we could walk under, I believe. As crazy as it sounds, I have not walked through every inch of this park entirely in my life. There are still some spots I haven't seen, and that's just because, you know, that's just the way it is. I mean, you could stay on the paths, you could go off the paths, but I can guarantee you I have not seen every single inch of this park. This area over here to my left is a big hill area where a lot of people take the sun. And I can't remember when we go through this little tunnel here if it'll give us access. We'll see what happens when we get to the other side. Here we go. Very good acoustic tones in here, if I could speak. Here's the hill I was talking about. Now some of these trees, man, in this park, whew, hundreds of years old. Looks like the lawn is closed. Eventually they will open it up. What they do here in the park is they'll close them seasonally to put down new grass and let it heal. Because, once they open it up, it's gonna get torn up with all the kids playing and everybody using it. So that's what they do. They, are constantly redoing the grass in the park every year.
Ironically, he never learned how to drive. He also lost his oldest son.
Looks like they're doing some work over here. You can see this is an area that they're going to be laying down some sod. You can see it. Oh, it looks like they pulled it up. This is all pulled up. You can see that guy out there lifting it off of the crate, putting it down. He's going to unroll it. See him unrolling it? There he goes. So you get to see it in live action. What I was just talking about earlier, how they are constantly maintaining the grass here. See him, there he goes, he's rolling it down. And all they'll do is that's it, they'll lay it and leave it. The grass will do the rest, it'll root itself. Go through another arch. Looks like you got a saxophone guy around here somewhere. What I want to do is get you guys a look at probably one of the oldest things that is man-made in the park, and that is Cleopatra's Needle, which was refurbished in recent years I think, and I don't know how I know that, so the story I'm about to tell is true. It just may not be, completely accurate because I'm just going by memory. But Egypt had threatened to take it back because it was in such disrepair. And they basically were like, look, fix it, restore it, do something, or else we're taking it back. There was a story about that. So probably look it up. I remember when it went down, so we'll look at the plaque here first. And this is the translation. Okay, so you guys can pause the video and read that. And then I don't know if you guys could make that out. There's the sign. So you guys could pause that and make that out. But I'll give you guys a look on the sun side. Here we go, and this is actually a nice picture right here because of the clouds and everything, so here we go. There it is. And you can see towards the bottom of the needle, the way the hieroglyphics are kind of, weathered away. That's how the whole needle was like that at one point. All right, we're gonna wrap up the walk somewhere over here. And if you remember earlier, I told you about that little trick with the light poles. Let's see where we are. Let's see how far we've walked in the park. We'll check. See what the street tag says on this pole. "81st Street." Wow, really? Doesn't feel like it. It does not feel like we walked up to 81st Street, but it says E8102. That's East 81st Street. It's pretty much where we are right now. And what we'll do is we will walk a little further here. And you gotta understand why, in 45 minutes, it may seem like we did a lot of walking, but there's just so much stuff to see in this park. I'm telling you, you'd have to spend really a week in the park with a map and the reason why you would want to use a map, obviously you want to use a map because you want to make sure you hit all the landmarks, but the other reason is a lot of times what happens is you could walk through this park and then ends up walking through a spot that you previously walked through without even knowing it. It will, if you walk through a path in one direction and then you come back down that same path the next direction, it looks different. That's how people get lost in the woods and like when they go hiking up in the mountains. But you would definitely want like a map so you can mark off where you are. I guess maybe what you could do is section it off. You could do quadrants of the park. You could do maybe the east side of the park or the west side of the park, south, mid, north. You could split it up that way. But yeah, it was definitely take a lot of navigating to get around this park. You know, there's a lot of stuff. There's Belvedere Castle, which is a big spot, not too far from where we are right now. You got the reservoir. There is a reservoir in Central Park. All right, we're going to end it with some nature. So we're over the 45 minutes I said we were going to do. We'll end it with some green nature and some friends. We got little squirrel friends here. He's coming. I think he thinks I'm going to feed him. Squirrels around here are very, very friendly. So he's like looking at me and wondering, do I have food? But anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming along on the walk. We'll definitely come out here again. Now he's scurrying away because he's like, wait, he doesn't have food, but he's coming towards me. Maybe he wants to eat me. See, he's thinking about it. I don't have anything. Nothing. Look, see, nothing's in my hand. Okay, see, he walked away. He's smart. I opened my hand and showed him. He was like, oh, he's got nothing. All right, everyone, I am signing off. I need to make my way back to Columbus Circle to get on the train. I'm not going to do any more walks because I would like to get home and take a shower and eat and relax. But we'll come back out here. We'll end it on this nice tree. As Bob Ross would say, we'll put a nice little tree right here. And that's it. I'm out. Bye, everyone.